So, hello and welcome. This is May, and we got our community call. Um, got a few guests today. Well, not really guests, but like the regulars. But yeah. Oh, sorry, got some echo here. Um, I'd like to start around here. I'll update a few slides with our YouTube live. If you wanna kick it off for a second, Tiro, while I'm updating everyone with a YouTube link.
Oh yeah, happy to share my screen. If you let me.
Okay, you should have the ability now.
Yeah, I have the screen sharing power. Awesome. All right. I hope you're seeing the right window. Otherwise, you'll be reading my email. This is the agenda for today's community meeting. We follow our regular pattern. If I check, let me just check the attendees. We have no one new joining. Usually that will be the part where new attendees would introduce themselves. Hello, folks. Hello, regulars. And welcome to this May community call. We have a bit of news today. So I can make this bigger. That's way better. The biggest news of the day is back from the old days. We had a release channel, Flatcar long-term support, that was in sources entirely available. So the sources were open and people could use them and build on them. But the binaries and the images were restricted to support subscription customers. And now we've basically published a new version of that long-term support channel, and that's the 2022 long-term support release, and this will be available for all of the community, so you can run LTS now. And the big thing, the great thing with LTS is that if you have a larger cluster, or if maintenance work on your cluster imposes some other pain in other ways, then the LTS channel is probably interesting for you, because it'll be contrary to stable, which ends support when a new stable major version is released. LTS will be supported for a whole year or a little longer. There's a new LTS each year, and after the new LTS major version has been released, the old will be supported for 4 to 6 months. So people have a lot of time to switch. The LTS channel will receive minor patches and, of course, bug fixes to keep you safe and secure, but there won't be any major version upgrades. So if you prefer like the steady waters over latest and greatest, which is what we're trying to do with the other channels, then the LTS release is for you. And that's our first big news. And the second is kind of connected to that. So previously, for our marketplace offerings on Azure and on AWS, for our commercial marketplace offerings, we had a few goodies in the binaries that were not contained in the community images. And here as well, all of the sources were public. So if you were to reproduce those images and use for yourself, that was entirely possible in the past already. But now we've merged those features into community releases, most notably, and that's in the regular alpha, beta, and stable channels, as well as the new LTS, which was just released. So those cover GPU support on Azure and EKS support on AWS. So you could easily launch EKS clusters, and so those are available in the community distribution. We aim to more generalize those features, like right following the merge in the community images, it should now be a lot easier to generalize, for instance, GPU support, and to make it available on bare metal or on AWS as well. And the third is we'll be in Valencia. Some of the maintainer team will be in Valencia next week for KubeCon, and even the weekend before that for Cloud Native Rejects. Cloud Native Rejects is a smaller conference, but it's all nicer because it's smaller. It's more like a family thing, where talks that were rejected from KubeCon or from other big conferences can be recycled, and we happily take them and give you room and space to present. So some of the team will be there. I will be there. If you want to have a Flatcar chat, then yeah, come see us on the Microsoft booth or at Rejects. Now I'll stop sharing because I want to give Andy like the whole stage for following up on our KubeCon presence.
Yeah, thanks, Tilo. So some folks had asked in the last month's community call, I think, or maybe it was in the release call, who was going to be in Valencia with the team, and there's going to be quite a few of us there. We were thinking, well, what's the best way to get together? And I chatted with our friends at Giant Swarm, who sometimes are on this call. I see, I don't think they are this month, but you know, they were one of the earliest adopters of Flatcar, and always been one of the most you know, passionate supporters. And they said, yeah, well, we're holding a party on Thursday, May 19th. I think they're co-hosting it with Upbound and Container Solutions and FinLeak Connect, who are also Flatcar users, I believe. And you know, they said, yeah, please invite the Flatcar community to join us. So everyone who's going to be in Valencia is welcome on May 19. There is a limit on tickets, so you know, I'll put a note out on Twitter, and you can DM on Twitter or via, you know, just ping us via any of the many communication channels that are out there, and we'll get a registration code to you. But because they are limited numbers, you know, we can't actually just publish the code directly. But let us know, and we'll get back to you with the code so you can register. It's at a place called Lumbracle. And my Spanish is terrible. And I can just share the invite page in right now. Could, if I can my screen. Okay, now I can't share my screen on via Zoom. But yeah, if it's basically really central, and it's I think it's like a huge open air museum type of place. So it looks really fantastic. It's a kind of, yeah, it's part of the arts and sciences area of Valencia. It's a sculpture garden and landscape walk with all sorts of indigenous plant species and things like that. So it looks pretty cool. So we will be there, and other folks who are interested in joining us, please let us know. Back to you, Tilo.
Awesome party. Great work lining this up, Andy. That's very exciting. All right. There is one more minor announcement missing, and that is we've been working with the Kubernetes Slack folks, the admins. There's a way to request a channel on the Kubernetes Slack, and because we have a lot of users in the cloud native community, we'll open up a channel there as well. This by no means means that we would replace our metrics channel. We actually believe that the metrics channel and Slack in general caters to entirely different communities, and we want to build a few bridges there and make it easier for both to connect to us. So if you're watching this and if you rather hang out on Slack, and if you're regular in the Kubernetes Slack, then there will be a channel for you in the near future. Okay, I guess. Danielle, do you want to do the community report, the issues report?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention and thank everyone contributing and opening issues, being involved. So I kind of highlight, I want to highlight now every month the people that are contributing and, you know, making us just better together. So yeah, in every discussion related to a community call, I'll just want to mention these people. And, you know, if you don't feel like creeped out, if I'll reach out, maybe I'll reach out, say hi. So just want to say that that's something that I intend to do. Yeah, so if you have your details on GitHub, I might reach out. Just saying hi, maybe some swag.
Awesome. Cool. All right. That brings us to the release planning part. Sayan, would you like to take over?
Sure. Am I audible? Clear?
Barely. Very.
No. Is it
A
good?
little more.
No.
Nice. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Nice. This is the first time I'm using this mic, so cool. So yes, so I'll share my screen real quick. One minute. Yeah. Awesome. Share screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So the next one we are planning on, so the current state of the releases, we just did a release of the alpha 327 beta 3185.1.1 and then stable 3139.2.1 along with LTS 3033. LTS 2022 3033.3.0. Regarding the LTS 2021, it had a few hiccups, which we will sort out since the release is now done. We will attend to those and start the build and get the LTS 2021 out as soon as possible. Other than that, so if you have any issues, do feel free to open an issue on our issue tracker. Moving on to the next. So the next release we are planning on 23rd of May. So that would be after the KubeCon, and we would be releasing for all the groups. And right now, so the team has been primarily focusing around the CI automation thing. So the last weeks have been a bit heavy around, and if you have been hanging around on the Matrix channel, you might have noticed that. So given that it's almost towards the closure, we have merged a couple of vendors there, and the work is looking good. So we will slowly move back and start to update these packages. But there are a few in progress. This has a few of the PRs have been open for some time now, but then we also got to merge a few donks who did the work on that side. But other than that, we have planned the backlogs, which is quite huge at the moment. So if you are open to like file a PR for it or contribute to Flatcar, this is a good route. So you can just ping us on Flatcar Matrix channel, and we would help you to get started. Or if you want to triage, then we have 4 packages there, which we would need some triage to see if it needs an update or like what state would we leave that package in. But yeah, that's mostly from the package release planning side. From the next release, we would have more structure to it. We have been right now in the last 2-3 releases, we have been copying. We created a master package list, and we have been going like picking the packages up and merging them. But from the next release planning, we will do more concrete, so you would know which are the packages that would be getting targeted. So yeah, but we have a good number of days ahead, so we hope to make a good progress on the packages. Over to you, Thilo.
Thanks. That looks great. So a number of automation things have been going on under the hood, which kept us busy for the last weeks. Hope we can tell you more in the near future because we're still tying up loose ends. Of course, all this work is happening in the public, but it's rather complex. So it's probably a good idea to deliver kind of a summary in the June meeting about what we did. Cool. All right. Do we have any questions, any feedback from you folks? Everybody seems to be happy. Happy to see you again, Aniruddha, and thanks everybody for participating.
Happy to see you guys all.
Thank you for joining, folks. Enjoy the afternoon or the evening, depending on who you are, depending on where you are. And see you to the release planning or the next community call. Bye, folks.
Or in
Bye.
Valencia.
Bye.